Well, welcome to this week's edition of Hawk Talk. I'm Seth Morkerke.
I'm Susanna Moberg.
We've been out for a while. It's been exciting to watch Ellie and Coulter kind of step up and see what the future's going to be like. But we said we wanted to come back and do a little something. So
a few more episodes.
We got somebody who's been on the show quite a bit in his short time here at DSU. So go ahead and introduce yourself, where you're from, and what you do here at DSU.
I'm Coach Josh Vaughn. I'm the men's basketball coach. I'm originally from Bram, Minnesota.
Minnesota boy. Yeah. So talk about that journey from Minnesota to, I mean, it was Fargo and then other places, and then to DSU almost at the very beginning.
Yeah.
If you know the story of how you came here, you came like right a week before the season. So talk about that.
So yeah, from Minnesota, played at NDSU 2005, 2010, and then after that I tried to play professionally. Didn't work out, so I got a job at Wofford in South Carolina as the director of operations. One of my high school teammates was actually on their team, and we went to the NCAA tournament that year against Jimmer Fredette. Some people might know him.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we played them in the tournament. He had 36 on us or something like that.
Wofford Bulldogs?
Wofford Terriers. Wofford Terriers, yep. And so that was my 1 year there, and then I was at Minnesota State Moorhead for 2 as a GA. Then I went back to NDSU on those 2 tournament teams that beat Oklahoma, and then played Gonzaga the following year. And then I went to University of Mary. I know it's a big no-no at Dickinson, but I was there for 2.5. Yeah, I was there for 2.5 years. And then, like you said, it was a quick turnaround to come here in October, my first year. Coach Wetzel left to go to the G League, and we had like 10 days, I think it was, before our first game when I got here, and I didn't really know anybody's name on the team, and they didn't really know me, but figured it out. I had a pretty good year looking back on it. We should have won more games. I think that had a lot to do with my inexperience and when I got here. I think we had more time that year. We could have been better. Losing the conference championship game was obviously a good spot to get to. We just weren't able to pull it out. So, and since then it's been fun. Just trying to build and get better for this year. So.
And last year was your first full year here, right? And
yep.
I mean, right, went to the conference championship as well.
Semifinals.
Semifinals, sorry. But I mean, had a great run on the team, so it's exciting to know that, like it wasn't just a fluke, or it wasn't just like Coach Wetzel's team. I mean, you had a big hand in that as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, last year we had so many new guys. We only returned 3 from the previous year, so early on it was tough. Just getting everybody to buy in together with 13 new guys coming from different systems all over the country. Just understanding what we wanted to do on top of a ton of injuries. Not a lot of excuses. It's just it is what it is. We just didn't have all our guys for the whole year. So by the end, we finally figured out how we're supposed to play. We won our last 7 going into the conference tournament, and just didn't have a great first half against Bellevue. Put ourselves in a big hole, and were able to battle back, but just not pull it out in the end there. So, I'm excited we finally returned. More than half our team this year, so that's good. It's a good thing, a good place to be. But we're still a long way away from where we want to be.
Yeah, and you played basketball, you just mentioned, before you started your coaching journey. So can you tell us what position you played in college, and maybe does it help you coach certain players better, or is it pretty impartial? Or
Well, in high school, I was from a small high school, 1,200 people in my city, so I kind of played all positions there. And then in college, I was more of a combo guard. I played a lot of point guard. My senior year, previous years I played more 2 guard and on the wing a little bit more because of the lineups and the team that we had. So I played a bunch of different positions. I think just being a point guard, though, you kind of understand everybody's positions on the court and everybody's role, so that's helped. And my dad was my coach, his dad was his coach in football, so we've been coaches kind of my whole family, our whole lot, just the way our lives have been. So I think that helps with just a general understanding of everybody's situation. But I've never been a true post player, so it always helps to get our assistant coaches help with those guys a lot. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you have quite the resume coaching. I mean, even at just a young age, went out to Wofford, came back to Moorhead, NDSU, Mary, and then here is your first head coaching gig. So, what did all of those experiences, give you? How did they help you in this first time as a head coach?
The biggest thing for me has been working for and playing for really good people. Everywhere I've been, I've had, if you look at the coaches that I was with, they've all gone on and done better things and been different places and gone on and had better jobs because they've won. And I think that's just attributes to who they are as people. I've never been in a program with a lot of bad guys as players because the coaches don't recruit that way. They don't bring in bad people because they don't want them around. So that's kind of the biggest thing I've learned is being around good people and having good people around you. Usually things work out. So there's been a lot of good coaches that have been around, and I've just been very fortunate that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we've been doing this kind of fun segment that we've added to the show, and we did warn you a little bit before we started. So it is time for Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Do you have the questions?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And are you asking them or?
I can ask them.
You ask them all the time.
Okay. Sounds good.
Go ahead. Here,
Okay, so how this works is I'll read the question.
Okay.
I'll read the answer options.
Yep.
You'll choose the correct
Correct
answer
answer,
is
of
the
course.
goal,
Yeah.
and the more you get, the more points you get.
there's more
I
than
think
one
the
question.
record
Okay.
is 8.
How many are we doing? 10?
I think, 10 questions
Yep.
in a
Okay.
minute.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
And Coach Hartman had 8 last week.
Uh-huh.
What was her subject?
I don't know if she had a
Astrology?
subject. I think hers was just like random assortment
Okay.
of questions.
She had science, yeah.
Did she have
We're
science?
here
Okay.
off camera. We had science.
Off camera. All right, but we're doing sports today. We
Yeah,
did talk
good.
beforehand.
Okay.
All right.
I won't
Are you
start
ready?
the timer until you
I'm ready right
answer
now.
the first
Okay. How long is a regulation football field? 100
100
yards?
Okay.
Wrong. In basketball, which player scored? That's not the correct answer.
one. It's correct.
Basketball, which player scored 100 points in a game?
Will Chamberlain.
Oh my gosh. In baseball, which shape is the field named after?
Diamond.
Oldest sports trophy in professional sports? Lombardi Trophy, NBA Finals
World
Trophy,
Series.
Crystal Ball, or the Stanley Cup?
Oh, Stanley Cup.
In bowling, what is it called when all of the pins are knocked over?
Shank.
Which is
Wow.
not a sport in the Olympics that used to be? Bowling, croquet, golf, tug of war, or all
Tug
of the
of
above?
war.
A single player in volleyball can hit a ball. All of the above is correct. So yeah, tug of war. A single player in volleyball can hit the ball more than once. True or false?
Not in a row. But
Correct.
they can hit it, yeah.
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 In track, what is the distance of one lap around the track?
10 seconds.
400 meters.
Yep. In football, who snaps the ball to the quarterback? Tight end,
Center.
guard, center, or tackle?
Center.
At Dickinson State University, who holds the record for all-time passing yards?
Stop.
Hayden Gibson.
Look at you.
Wow, you got 10.
Nailed it.
Boom.
That was 10. Wow. Congratulations.
Well, we need to talk to who planned our Smarter Than a
Question,
Fifth
yeah.
Grader
I
questions.
don't know if
Some of
these
these
are
were
easy.
incorrect.
Some of these were incorrect.
Marked.
Questions. You gave me
But
sports.
hey.
But we know, yeah.
Astrology, history, I would have struggled with
10 out of 10. Wow, congratulations. You are
Thank
the
you.
reigning champion,
you.
Yeah.
king, whatever.
We'll have to make you a
Get a trophy.
trophy.
Yeah,
We'll
maybe.
get you the oldest running.
End of the year, we'll get you a trophy. What question are we at here?
Right here. So Kenny Jackson earned Newcomer of the Year last year.
Yep.
Does that, or do you expect more of him going into this season, or are there any different expectations for him now this season?
Yeah. Expect him to know more of what we're doing, be more of a leader on our team.
Yeah.
Coming in every game now, he's going to be the focal point of the scouting reports. Everyone's going to know who he is, so it's a lot different for him as well going into the games. He was a really good player for us last year, and we expect him to continue that and be even better this year.
Yeah.
He's been doing a good job so far in practice, and we're just excited to get going.
Yeah. And the team, preseason polls ranked second, which is,
Yep.
really nice. I like that, and I think that's a very well-deserved second place, even though with the finish last year. But the team, there's guys, like you said, finally have over half the team returning, but you have guys who have come in who, nobody knows who they are probably. And they can look back. But what does this do for the team to be second, and does that put a target on the back, do you think?
Yeah, a little bit. We talked about it the other day before practice that, instead of nobody knowing who we are going in every conference game, everybody's going to look at us like, oh, they're picked second. They know our roster now. They know, what we're capable of, and it's, like you said, putting a target on our backs because we're picked high, us, and we have the most returning guys of anyone in the league, so everyone just knows who we are off the top. So we just got to be ready to play. There's not going to be a game where we're going to sneak up on anybody. We're not going to be able to play poorly for the first half and just expect the other team to do the same. We got to be ready to go every single night. So.
And you lost 3 seniors coming into this season, and that's kind of a big impact on the team. Do you notice any people stepping up and kind of starting to fill those shoes this season already?
Yeah, our new seniors this year, we have 4 guys. Nick Worm, a transfer from Bruce State. Dante Walker, who was with us last year. Kenny, like you mentioned, was with us last year. And then Malcolm Hill, who was another guy with us last year, have been really instrumental in our early practices, doing a really good job of being leaders and just understanding, our drills and the things that we do on the court. And off the court and helping our younger guys just pick it up where, the culture of our team. So they've done a really good job with that. And we just got to continue to be leaders for us, and especially once it gets hard. When we get into our off-season or out-of-conference play, we play it's a tough schedule. We play some Division II teams, Division I teams. So we're going to have to go. There's going to be some ups and downs. We just got to stay the course.
Yeah. And I mean, you mentioned that D2 game. Some people might be wondering why we have you on in the middle of October. Well, that's because the season is starting. Like the season starts this weekend. You guys are playing up at Newtown at the Four Bears Casino, a little exhibition game against Minot. So talk about like what that means, how fun it is. You guys got to play there last year. So I mean, it's probably an experience for the guys to get to go there and play, in kind of a huge arena against a higher ranked team or a higher division team. So talk about that.
Yeah, playing against Minot, it's been fun the last couple of years. That Four Bears does a really good job of hosting us. It's a great arena, great environment. They get some fans in there. It's just a fun way to kick off the season. Minot's obviously a Division II team, an NSIC team they're just bigger, physically stronger than us. They're going to be size-wise a little bit. It's tough for us to go in there and match up. We have to do things a little bit differently than we normally would, just because of their size and athleticism. But it's fun. I really like going against Coach Merkin, their coach. He's a really good dude, and it's just a great way to kick off the year.
Yeah.
We're going to shift a little bit away from DSU basketball, just to basketball in general.
Yep.
It's a two-part question for you. Who is your all-time favorite basketball player and all-time favorite basketball team?
I've always been a LeBron guy.
Absolutely.
And I liked Michael Jordan when I was younger, but I didn't get to watch him a ton because he played when I was older, or younger, I mean. But I've been a LeBron guy. My favorite basketball team, probably the teams that I played on in NDSU, that 2009 team that made the tournament. That was probably the most fun I've ever had playing basketball, and just enjoyed it the most of anything we've ever done. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, last week we had a pep rally, obviously, but then we were able to do a little Blue Hawk Blitz, kind of a midnight madness for the Hawks. Had a three-point contest and a dunk contest, and actually, I think he's the shortest guy on your roster, correct? And he won the dunk contest, which is amazing. I knew he could jump from last year, but I mean, it was just incredible. The crowd was going wild, and plus, I mean, you had a freshman in there, Tice was in there, and I mean, it was just cool to see a wide variety of guys in the three-point contest and in the dunk contest, and just see the crowd kind of energetic. So, I mean, what was that experience like for the guys, and what does it mean to have him being the reigning dunk champion?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for putting that on, because it was a lot of fun. Our guys, I really enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. Like three-point contest, dunk contest were fun, but that one kid, I don't know his name, who finished three-pointer with the scholarship, that was awesome.
Yep.
Our guys,
We almost got him on
that
Hawk
was
Talk.
amazing.
did you? Yeah. We had, our guys jumped on him. It was a lot of fun there. But Trayvon's he's an athlete. He does some stuff in practice that just make you go wow a lot, and that was fun to actually see him put it on display for everybody, because he doesn't really do that a lot in practice, because it's just more exhibition stuff. But he's physically very gifted, and we're fortunate to have him on our team. And Tyson Malcolm also did a really good job with that, and they gave him some competition. So it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad. Hopefully we can get that going every year now.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of fun. We've had you on the show before, so we normally end the segment with a question about what DSU means to you, but we know what DSU means to you because you answered it already. So our question for you this week is, what keeps you coming back to DSU? What drew you back home?
Well, now that my family's here, the family I mean by a team now. Our guys in the team, now that we've had them in the program for 2 to 3 years now, it's starting to become more of our culture, our family together, and just being able to be a part and see those guys every day. Bring my kids around them every day and have them work, just be around each other, and it's been a lot of fun that way. And that's what it is now. It's more of our team's more of a family now. We go through ups and downs together. Now that we've been a part of each other's lives for 2 to 3 years, so we know each other a lot better.
Right.
So just our guys and being a part of a family together.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, we want to thank you for coming on. I believe someone off camera is going to throw us a gift we have for you. We're excited. We got these brand new shirts.
Oh, shirts.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank
you. Sure where I was going.
You flew on Hawk Talk, and next time you come on,
wonderful.
We'll get you maybe a pin or something, a little Blue Hawk, because set the record straight. So everyone's even this year, but we'll keep giving you pins and things like that. But these shirts are sponsored by Movable Ministries. They're our partner in Hawk Talk, so we want to thank them. But I want to thank you for coming on. We're excited for the season, and glad that you could come on.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you. And we'll be back right after this with a football player.
Hey guys, it's Tyler with Immovable Ministries here, and I'm so excited to be able to be the sponsor for this year's Hawk Talk. If you'd like to find out more about Immovable Ministries, you can visit our website at immovableministries.com.
Well, welcome back to Hawk Talk, sponsored by Immovable Ministries. I want to thank Tyler and Kelsey for continuing to partner with us. We've got a guest on the show. I think it's your first time. We're excited that you're here. Tell us your name, where you're from, and what you do here at DSU.
I am Tobin O'Brien. I'm from Billings, Montana. I play offensive line on the football team.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of it, right?
That's kinda it. Yeah, sure. Nothing. You don't go to school or?
I go to school. I'm going to school to be a PE teacher with a minor in coaching.
Cool. Awesome. Well, you spent the last 5 years here. I just want to know, did you expect things to kind of work their way out the way that they did when you first came here as a freshman?
I kind of came to DSU not really knowing too many people, so I was kind of going into it with like a wide, open mind. And then I got here, met some people. DSU ended up being DSU, so it ended up being a great place to be. So I had a good time here, and it's been a wild ride. And it's crazy that it's coming to a close.
Yeah, 5 years, man. Well, there's I think 14 or 15 seniors on the team this year. How have you guys used your experience as younger Blue Hawks into older Blue Hawks to kind of lead the team and lead those younger guys, but also to make a name for you guys?
See, the thing that's different with our class is we're like the last class that the team before us didn't win a conference championship. So when we came in, we were working for that first conference championship. So seniors had never had that before. So we kind of got to feel that feeling of truly being hungry for that conference championship. So I feel like as seniors, we kind of just carry on that mentality to the younger guys and try to just keep the team hungry, winning and winning.
So you guys had a big homecoming win last weekend. I know Seth and I really enjoyed cheering you guys on in the stands.
We did.
What are the feelings and the kind of the takeaway after that big win?
It was awesome. We were able to go out there, get a big win in front of a lot of people that came back and watched us. It's always awesome to see the old people that you played with, old people you went to school with come back. Hayden was able to break the record for passing, so it was a really big day for him. We're excited for him. We were able to play a lot of our guys too, so it was awesome just to get everyone experience. And it's a big momentum shift going into the big part of our season coming up.
Absolutely, yeah. That single game passing record that Hayden broke, he threw 401 yards, which is just incredible. Was the offensive player of the week for the North Star. We want to say congratulations to him. Been trying to get him on, but he's got class, so we can't do that. But he couldn't do that unless he had a strong offensive line in front of him. And you guys have been gradually getting better and better each week. Those first couple of games, there was a few scares, we didn't know what was happening, but I think you guys have really solidified yourself as the offensive line that's going to protect him. So, what does it mean to have him get that award, but also know you guys are, they're defending him?
I think getting the award's pretty big because, as you know, Play North Star doesn't exactly like DSU.
Yeah.
They like the fake DSU.
DSU, yep.
It was nice for the real DSUs to go out there and get an award. And just Hayden's been working his butt off for 5 years. So just for him to get that record, add on to his other records, was huge for us.
Yeah.
As an O-line, it feels good to have 8 or 9 people that could truly go in there and be confident going in there.
Yeah.
Even if someone gets tired, someone gets hurt, we're able just to rotate and feel confident with the guys that we have out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a little debate going on Twitter right now that Seth has been keeping up on about if offensive linemen are athletes or not. Do you have anything you'd like to say regarding that statement?
You don't have to say any names, but you can.
I feel like the big tubbies kind of get a little overlooked for a lot of things. We have guys like Matt Day. He's 5'10", and he's able to touch the back of the goalpost. Crazy. He has one of our highest agility numbers. Not going to brag. We're lugging around 300 pounds. We're still chasing down blocks and stuff. But if past Papa Hawk needs to call out people on Twitter, it's okay.
Yeah.
We get it.
Yeah, we get it.
We're used to being overlooked for everything, so it's nothing new for us.
Yeah. Well, we
know
who
what we are.
Yeah, we know who you are. Well, we want to, you saw Coach Vaughn, he played Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? We're going to have you do the same thing. You don't get the same category. So what are the categories we have?
So the other categories are history or astrology.
Astrology.
Astrology. Okay, so you're
right.
what kind of teacher are you
Aim
going
for
to be?
the
PE.
stars.
So you know the stars. Yep. Aim for the stars. That's right.
Okay.
You know the rules.
All right, I'll read you
Just
the
answer
question.
stuff?
Just
I'll
answer
read you the
questions.
answers.
You got a minute to do it.
All right, are you ready?
Yep.
What is the third planet from the sun? Mars,
Mars.
Mercury, Earth, or Venus?
Wrong.
Wrong.
Mercury. It's Mercury.
Wrong.
Also wrong. Where is Cape Canaveral? Florida? Correct. Who was the first man to step on the moon? Buzz Lightyear, Lance Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, or Neil Armstrong?
Lance Armstrong?
Wrong.
Lance Armstrong?
Should be Buzz Lightyear.
What type of galaxy are we in? Geodesic, spiral, elliptical,
Spiral.
or irregular? Correct. What is Saturn known for? Its rings, its oceans. Correct. What are the rocks called that orbit the sun?
Asteroids.
Correct. Blank created the universe. The large snap, the
Big
large.
Bang.
Yep.
The
What
large
does NASA stand for?
National Aeronautics Space Administration.
Correct. How many planets are in our solar system? 10, 8, 9, or 7?
9.
Correct. What is the
10
ISS?
seconds.
International Space.
2,
I don't know the
1.
rest.
Station.
Station.
Yes.
So you got 7
Hey, you
right.
did it
feeling
good
good.
though.
That's pretty good, yeah.
I didn't know those either.
I wish it was Buzz Lightyear. That would have been
teachers
Yeah,
are
that
smart.
would
You
have been good.
PE teachers, you know what you're doing.
They are.
Yeah,
They are.
absolutely. Well, transitioning back into, you know, a little bit about football. You guys went to Dakota State, and we talked to Coulter about this a little bit, both on our Blue Hawk Game Day show and last week on the show. But you guys, there's a lot of travel that's involved, and you guys had kind of an interesting experience going to Dakota State. So, I mean, are there some other memories that you can take away from some of the travels, and maybe talk about what that Dakota State trip was like sliding off?
I think that one will always be like, there's always like the stories that you remember when you're done playing.
Yeah.
I think that weekend's probably gonna be one of them. Because I was taking a nap, I wake up and there's just a bus sliding off the road in front of us. So it was wild to wake up to that. And then we were just able to go to Sturgis High School. They let us in. They let us play ping pong. They let us play like kickball and stuff. So it gave us just like a couple hours to like a little bit of team bonding. I kind of like it as.
Yeah.
And then we were able to like gather ourselves. You know, we dealt with all the adversity. Got to Dakota State. They had like a completely flooded field, full of mud, but it was just another game for us. We were able to go out there and beat them. That one always feels a little bit extra good. We go out and beat them, and then we get all that momentum going in, coming back. And it was,
Absolutely.
the bus ride back seems a lot shorter when they're coming back off a big win.
Okay. Are there any other trips that you know can look back and think of and kind of have some crazy or fun memories from?
Another one that I'll always remember, I think, was our lacrosse game last year, because we drove all the way out there.
Yeah.
We'd never played the team before. Get out there, and it's like 95% humidity. And I don't know if you guys can see this in the camera, but I'm a big guy. So when I get out there, it's 90 degrees, and that humidity is like 95%. It was like stepping into it was like breathing boiling water. And that was just awful. We were able to go out there. I think we ended up playing like almost all of our guys though. And we were able to like really get last year was a lot of travel games. So we got that first long travel trip done. It gave us a lot of momentum last year.
Yeah.
And then I think that's what's also going to help us this year with that Dakota State, that long travel. We were able to face all this adversity and come back, and now we're able to move into our next 2 travel games with a little bit of confidence.
Yeah. All right, I have a scenario I'd like you to picture, okay? It's Saturday, just won this football game. You go home, you go to bed, you wake up Sunday morning. What is the best
You went
meal
straight to bed
to
right
have?
after the football
Straight
game.
to bed, clearly, because you're tired, exhausted
Don't
from
do
the big
anything
win.
in between.
And on Sunday morning, you wake up. What's your meal? What's the best meal to have that morning?
Well, right here is when I got to give a shout out to Barb Opgard. Always making the best
Yep.
desserts for the football team.
Yep.
And she makes these caramel rolls for our team. So I wake up in the morning, just a little bit tired and sore. Body's a little tired from the night before. We go
From
out
playing
there,
in the football game.
Playing in the football
Clearly.
game.
Yep.
So we go out there, we get some caramel rolls, might have 1, maybe 2. And then, go out there, have a big old glass of chocolate milk, and wait for the Niners to get that win.
That was going to be my next question. I know you're a big 49ers fan. They are undefeated this year. Are they going to carry that into the Super Bowl? Are they going to win it, you think?
See,
Them versus the Patriots or what?
I think the thing, we'll run away with the NFC. That's easy.
Okay.
But then we have to face.
That's too bold.
Then we have to face the juggernaut of the Patriots, which is unfortunate because the Niners are having this great year, but the Patriots are the Patriots, and they just keep getting better. Bill Belichick's the best in the business,
So you think they're going to go undefeated this year, the Niners?
I don't know about undefeated. I think
Probably
they'll
losing
definitely
the
win the
NFC
next
Championship.
one. Next one's easy. Then they got a Monday night game. I think we'll lose 3 games. Win the NFC against the Saints.
Against the
and play the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Seth, you sound maybe like you disagree.
Yeah, I
Do
think the
you-
Packers are maybe getting overlooked, especially in Tobin's eyes. I think they'll probably beat the 49ers in the NFC Championship game, but that's just my opinion, I guess.
I mean, like the last time the Packers and Niners played in the playoffs.
Well, we don't have to talk about it, but
Yep. Continue.
Well, hey.
we won't talk
So
about
you've been at
it. That was when
DSU.
Colin Kaepernick was there, and he was
Seth,
there
pull
for
it
20
back.
minutes.
Pull it
Okay,
back,
stop,
Seth.
stop,
We're
Seth,
back
stop,
to the
Seth.
interview. Hello. So you've been at DSU here for 5 years now. You're a senior. What is your plan now when you're done with your time at DSU?
It's a scary thought, you know.
Bring a little tear.
Yeah.
Wipe
Because
the
you
tear
get out of
away.
high school and you're like, I finally have a little bit of freedom. But then you're like, oh, I still have college to go to. Now I'm done with college, and there's just so many like options out there now. I think an option right now, I really want to kind of stay, maybe get my foot in coaching a little bit. And then I think a lot of my family is moving up to Whitefish, Montana. So up in western Montana, it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what I want to do.
Yeah.
There's also like I also kind of want to go back home and coach too, because there's a lot of ties back to like high school and just that family that I built there too as well.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of options out there, and I guess I'll only find out what I'm doing once I'm doing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. A lot of options, and I think that's good.
Yeah.
Looking at some of the sports at DSU, I think football gets really well attended by a lot of the other sports, and I think most of the other sports are also pretty well attended, from football team to basketball team to all these events. But why is it important for all sports and all clubs and organizations to support each other and attend events on campus?
I just think it builds like that family aspect of DSU up just even more. Because we're able to look in the stands, we see all the basketball guys up there cheering their guts off. We see the volleyball girls up there cheering, and then like we're able to go out into the court and just cheer on those teams as well. And we're like football team's a large percentage of the population, so when we're able to go out there and cheer them on, I think it kind of hypes them up a little bit in those big games, like when we have like the whiteouts and stuff like that. I feel like volleyball gets that extra little push to even win a little bit more.
Yep.
And it's just a great feeling to be like part of the DSU family.
Yeah.
That's why I enjoy it so much.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Well, it's your first time on Hawk Talk, and we try to ask everyone who comes on Hawk Talk this question. So our final question for you today is, what does DSU mean to you?
I feel like this is a tough one because DSU it means a lot of things, Because DSU was like the first spot where I was able to grow up kind of as like from a kid to like kind of a man. I'm not sure. I was able to grow up a bit. I was able to reach out, meet a lot of great friends. My family loves it here. It's just a great community. And I think like DSU just gave me the opportunity to meet people that like only DSU could introduce me to.
Yeah.
Like where I'm playing with people from Texas, Alaska, California, and being a Montana kid, like the chances of you just going out and playing football with people from all over the world is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that. I enjoy that aspect the most, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. Well, I think we have a gift for you. I think it's going to be coming. Oh, there it is. Yep. Right here.
I can't catch it.
Yeah. Here. There you go. We got you a shirt. I want to say thank you for coming on.
It's a medium, right?
You get medium. Exactly. Fit you well. You flew on Hawk Talk, and now it's official. I want to thank, like we said, Immovable Ministries for sponsoring that. But good luck the rest of the season, Tobin. We're looking forward to however the regular season shakes out, and then whatever's to come. I'm not going to say, but whatever's to come after that.
We're excited. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll be back right after this to recap everything that happened homecoming weekend, and then look forward to all the new things and exciting things coming this week. Welcome back to Hawk Talk. We are here with some really fun girls. Ellie's back on the show. We wanted to give her chance to shine. We want to talk about homecoming a little bit and all the events that happened. I know there was, goodness, there was so much.
Crazy.
I felt like I blinked and I
Wild.
missed it
Yeah.
all. So maybe Ellie, start us off with the volleyball games. Tell us a little bit about those.
Well, volleyball, we played DSU, or the lesser DSU, at Dakota State, the morning at 10. It was kind of a struggle for us that morning, but I think that we've definitely bounced back this week in practice, and we're looking to keep on going. We have Viterbo this Friday, and then
Traveling
Waldorf.
there.
Yep. At Viterbo, and then at Waldorf as well this weekend.
Wow.
So.
And you played on Friday night as well
Friday
against
Bellevue. Yep.
And those are some close
Yep.
sets. I think my mom was correcting me at the game because I was saying game, set,
Yeah.
match, or something
Yep.
like that.
They were
So
close
she was-
sets. We played them really well. I thought it was a really good game. They have a setter that I'll give it to her. She's pretty
legit.
good. She's pretty legit. But I think we played them the best that we could have. So it was good.
Yeah, looking forward to this next weekend. Some good conference games, some times to really overcome some obstacles and make a name for yourself as you finish out the rest of this regular season.
Yep.
Yeah. And there were some other things that happened on Saturday. The homecoming
Yeah, we
parade,
started with the parade
Yep.
that morning.
tailgate, Blue Hawk game day. We had Blue
Oh my
Hawk.
gosh.
We
It
weren't
was
able
a really
to go
busy
live.
day, truly.
Yeah.
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 But there was like 1,000 people at the tailgate, so
I
that was
know.
really, really fun. It was great
Yeah.
to see some people come back to DSU who we haven't seen in a while. We had Coach, I call him Coach, but Myron Moore on Blue Hawk game day.
Yep.
He was really fun. He was exciting, and you girls had some fun on the show, right?
Well, yeah, we did. Well, if you hadn't been ignoring us,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have had to
Go
yell
back
at
and
you.
watch the clip.
We will. You weren't
Okay.
paying attention.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we were having
but it was a lot of fun.
time. You know.
Yeah. It was good.
Our own little fun.
Blue Hawk game day really has been a lot of fun though,
Yeah.
and so we have one more home game,
Yep.
November 9th. So definitely come out if you haven't seen it live. It's a lot of fun to watch, or definitely tune in on our YouTube channel because it's a great addition this season.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we had football. There was a football game. That's what.
What?
yeah.
There was a
There
football
was?
game. Blue Hawks won, I think, 42-21.
Yes.
31-14.
Oh, 31-14. I was a little off.
You're
I
close.
think it's, well, anyways.
You just added all your numbers and then
Put 'em all
moved
together.
them.
I do that sometimes.
The
But it
sevens.
was a slow, really slow start to the game, and I think people in the crowd were like, okay, what's going on? But then
Yeah.
the Blue Hawks, I mean, obviously Hayden Gibson set the single game passing record, rushed really well. I think he threw for 4 touchdowns and caught a touchdown, which is, I don't think he's ever caught a touchdown in his DSU career, so that's really cool.
Just adding it to the list.
So
you know,
add to
check.
the list, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Player of the week for the North Star.
Finally.
Let's see what else
Getting
they had.
some recognition.
Eric Spring was the homecoming king.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was on the football team. That was really cool to see him be the champion. He's been kind of a fun guy to have around campus, and especially on that team. Ahmad Andrews rushed for 103 yards, and Tiger Fry had 1 touchdown, 110 yards. I think Jarrett Lee had 100 and some yards as well. So just a all-around good day for the Blue Hawks.
Yeah, Hawks were definitely up on Saturday.
And they play Valley City this weekend. And Valley City, they're always legit. Every year they like to play the Blue Hawks really tough. A couple years ago they beat us for the conference championship, and so I mean they always like to play us, and we always like to play them. So we're excited.
Yeah. We already talked a little bit about volleyball, and cross country is coming back this weekend. Lisa Townsend, who's been doing really, really well this season, North Star Athletic, Athlete of the Week, 2 times, right? Already, and she was
Her
named
and
homecoming queen. Look at the power couple at DSU for sure, but she was named homecoming queen at the game this weekend, which was really exciting. And the cross country team is coming back this weekend to Mount Marty. They have a meet, their first one in a while, so we're excited to hear about those results for the cross country team.
Quite a bit of things happening. Basketball's heading to, like we said, Newtown to play Minot State. We're excited. Men's and women's exhibition game there. If you get a chance to go up to that game, do check it out. It's going to be cool to see the Blue Hawks have their first game, and then they kind of roll into a few more exhibition games, playing Jamestown the beginning of November, North Dakota State a couple times, and then conference games honestly start at the beginning of December. So we're excited.
But Seth, you will not be able to be at that game because you are doing something else this weekend.
I'm going to play.
You're going to tell us a little bit about that?
So it's not actually a play; it's a dramatic reading, is what they call it. And your dad is in the play as well. But there's a big thing called the Big Read that's happening over the next 6 weeks or something like that. We have a big speaker named Tim O'Brien coming.
Yes, they do call him Tim O'Brien.
Tim O'Brien.
That's his name.
He wrote a book called The Things They Carried. He's a Vietnam War veteran, and the book is basically about that. I'm about halfway through, and the book is just
It's
so good.
really
absolutely
good.
amazing.
Reading
And
it right now.
I'm so excited to get a chance to talk to him and hear him speak. But we've got, things going literally every day, I think, for the next 6 weeks, and I'm excited to be part of a play on Friday. I think it starts at 7:30, and Saturday it starts at 7:30 as well. Come on out and enjoy some acting. I'm going to put on my best face and my best
He's really
voice.
been practicing hard.
practicing.
He's ready for this role.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
But yeah, for more information about the Big Read, you can visit the DSU Heritage Foundation's Facebook page, or we have posters and flyers posted around town or on our website. So definitely check that out, get involved. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Agreed.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to close us out here?
You can do it, Seth. You got it.
No, this
You got it. I mean, okay, again, we would like to thank our sponsors, Immovable Ministries. Did I say that right?
You did. Yeah.
I am, you know, it's the short
I am.
version. Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
And thank you for joining us this week on Hawk Talk. And as we always say, Hawks are up.